What's going on, everyone? My name is Under the Radar, and welcome back to the ICBA. This is going to be the Week 5 Team Builder. I'm changing some stuff up this week. I made some transactions. I've got new high-quality Wi-Fi battles. I made it to, well, my good buddy, Aaron2420, whose links are going to be down in the description below to his Twitch, his YouTube, and his Twitter. Please go follow him and subscribe to him on all social medias. He's literally the GOAT at some of the stuff that he helped me with. He helped me get custom firmware, helped me set up custom backgrounds, helped me set up a bunch of stuff with my capture card, so a bunch of stuff is going to look so much nicer. He helped me get Citra Live Wi-Fi battles working, so if I have somebody else that also has Citra, I can do a full Citra Wi-Fi battle. He literally helped me out with so much, and I am so grateful for him. So Aaron, if you're watching, thank you very much. His links will be down in the description below, as well as my opponent this week, whose name is JB Westside. I played him in BBL. We did win that game. I don't remember by how much, but I know we did win. So I want to win big this week. I think that the easiest thing to say is right now, me and Matt O'Shea are tied for first place, only separated by differential. I'm +9, he's +11. I need to win big. I need to win big so that way I'm able to hopefully overtake him. And luckily, my matchup this week allows for that super easily. I'm not saying that I'm going to beat him and destroy him because he's a bad player. My matchup this week is phenomenal. And if you ask JB Westside, he will probably say literally the exact same thing. His team is super weak to a bunch of things, and he's physically unable to break some of my walls. So the first weakness that I notice is that he's super weak to Lando. Edgequake plus Z-Fly nabs a kill every single time. It's super good against him. He doesn't have much counterplay to it. Clef, Megalotti, Steelix, Porygon 2, he cannot break all of them. It is physically impossible for him to break. Sigilyph as a... Oh, by the way, I made transactions. Duh. Let me go ahead and talk about it. I made 4 transactions, I believe. I made 4 transactions. So I traded Tornadus I to Johnny GB for Porygon 2. I dropped Excelgor for Sigilyph. I dropped Celebi for Scolipede. And then I dropped... What was that I dropped for Lucario? I can just look in the chat. I can't even remember what I dropped for Lucario. Heracross I dropped for Lucario. I dropped Heracross not because it missed some moves. Realistically, I dropped it because looking at the future matchups, Heracross didn't have as good of a matchup as Lucario did. There were some matchups where having the steel typing was really good, and there were some matchups where if I wanted to bring a bug type, I would want to bring one that had something that could break down fairies, and I also wanted to bring toxic spikes in some future games, meaning that having Scolipede really helped me out. So really good, really good transactions in my opinion. And what it did is it allowed me to have a lot more offense. I was relying a lot on Megalotti, Lando, Heracross for my offense and not much else. But now I can run Lando, Scoli, Sigilyph, Lucario, Lottie, Rotom as offense, and I can even run Clef as a Magikarp Life Orb now because I have P2 as a really good defensive backbone in this league. So I did make some transactions for those. Those are the transactions and why I made them. So as I was saying, Sigilyph has a really good matchup as a focus-sashed attacker. Offensively, I can revenge kill pretty much any one of his big setup options. For example, Mega Metagross doesn't want to take Heat Wave. Manaphy doesn't want to take Energy Ball. Garchomp doesn't want to take Ice Beam. And Marowak doesn't want to take Shadow Ball. Realistically, it just has a phenomenal matchup. So there's a bunch of really good things that I like this game. And a lot of really good things for me, not a lot of good things for him. I actually have really good checks to Mega Metagross. I have really good checks to Manaphy. I have really good checks to Garchomp. I have really good checks to Shell Smash a Barbaracle and to Alolan and to Virizion. I have a lot of really good checks. So This matchup is heavily in my favor, and I'm going to try to take advantage of it. I want to win big this week, and the way that I win big this week is by using Rock Polish Landorus. I already mentioned Edgequake plus Z-Fly does so much work this week. The only thing I can say that I truthfully hate about this set is that I'm forced to run Z-Fly. Let me turn on a light, see if that helps with the green screen. Does it? No, not at all. So I also don't have any lights on in my room, but it's pretty late and I just wanted to record this real quick. Anyway, if I can get Stealth Rocks up and I can chip off a little bit of his entire team, this thing literally wins the entire game. I need about 60% off on Electros. I need and I need a little bit off on Mega Metagross, Garchomp, and Manaphy. Everything else just dies to this. It's super, super good against him. And I think it's one of the best win cons that I've had in a very long time. And if I don't do well with this thing, it's because something else just walled his team to death and it just got defensive kills. So I really do like this team. I really do like this thing against his team. Next up, we have Unaware Clef. This is my main Manaphy check. I've tried this before in the past, and I still got 6-0'd by Rest, Calm Mind, Rain Dance Manaphy, because I brought Moonlight and I didn't bring Wish. So I'm learning from my mistake. This was years ago. I mean, literally years ago, I got 6-0'd because I brought Moonlight Clef instead of Wish for everything. So Wish, Protect, Moonblast, Thunderbolt. The special attack investment ensures that I'm always able to 3-shot Manaphy. I'm always able to do 75% to Garchomp, I believe, and the Spadef investment ensures that he's never able to I think 4-hit KO me with Scald from Manaphy. If it's not 4 KO, it's 3-hit KO. So it's always, no, Scald is always a 4-hit KO, meaning I'm always able to Wish, Protect, and I can beat him 1v1. This is just a really good blanket check to a lot of his special mons. Even Togekiss, for example, it's going to be really hard. I can actually stall him out of air slashes, and that's really, really good. So next up, we have a secondary win con in Scolipede. So this thing, it has a really good matchup, right? It matches up super well offensively, but if I get to a point in the match where it looks like Toxic Spikes are going to be a lot more useful than anything else, like let's say his last mons are Virizion, Silvally, Alolan, Manaphy, Garchomp, rocks aren't as important as getting, or this thing sweeping isn't as important as Toxic Spikes are, because of the fact that I can't hit something like a Manaphy for super, super hard damage or the Garchomp for super hard damage. Getting up a Toxic Spike to weaken his entire team, putting everything in range of my Landorus, is pretty much where I kind of want to go with this. But this could also just win. If his last Pokemon are like Mega Metagross, Togekiss, Alolan, Virizion, Ribombee, like it can put in a lot of work. So this is really, really nice. Originally I did have Defog on this set because I thought that webs were really, really important, but then as I built the team, I realized that my main win con that I wanted didn't care about sticky webs, so I took Defog off of it and put on Z-Fly instead. I originally had Tectonic Rage, or not Tectonic Rage, Continental Crush. So and because I took Defog off of it, that meant that I was more comfortable with running Toxic Spikes. So that's kind of where that idea came from. Next up, we have Mega Lottie. I have enough speed for Garchomp. I have enough special attack investment with Shadow Ball to guarantee 2-shot max HP Mega Metagross. I have enough special attack investment to guarantee 1-shot max HP Garchomp with Ice Beam. I have enough special attack investment to guarantee 2-shot after Stealth Rocks max HP Togekiss, and I have enough special attack investment to Oko, Alolan that's not super Spadef after Stealth Rocks. This literally just takes out a lot of his bigger mons, and I can Toxic pretty much everything. This thing just doesn't die. It doesn't get one-shot by anything on his entire team unless it's set up, and unless it's like an Outrage from a Choice Scarfed Garchomp. Everything else I live hits from, and I'm able to power through a lot of his team. Recover means that since nothing can one-shot me, I can recover up safely on pretty much everything, see what they're going to go for, scout out the damage, and I can play accordingly. Also, my hat is freaking crooked, and I have a big head, so it makes it even harder to fix it. There we go, that's a little bit better. Anyway, as I was saying, it's super, super easy to just sit there and wall the vast majority of his team. Speaking of walling the vast majority of his team or bringing 3 attacks P2, I have enough physical defense investment to ensure that Meteor Mash from Mega Metagross never 2-shots me. Even if he gets the +1, it never 2-shots me after Stealth Rocks with a Meteor Mash boost. And if he gets the +1, Foul Play does like 70% minimum to him, so it does a lot of damage. I also have enough Spadef investment to guarantee take 1 +3 move from Manaphy. I believe a +3 Z move to be specific after Stealth Rocks. And enough bulk to take on like Garchomp, Alolan, Virizion, even, things like that. I have enough bulk to take on the vast majority of those, so this thing is going to be very, very, very difficult for him to kill unless he brings like Toxic Spam. And if he brings Toxic Spam, which I did see in one of my mocks, somebody brought a Subtoxic Manaphy, which was phenomenal versus this team. As you can tell, like, it subbed up on my main check, Toxic'd it. I couldn't beat it with this, and this is a struggle to beat it, so I had to try to beat it offensively, and that was a great bring. But yeah, really great Pokemon. Foul Play is there just for Metagross, as well as potentially having SD, Alolan, and Shell Smash Barbaracle, even though Thunderbolt does a lot to it as well. So last but not least, we have Fizdef Steelix. This is another Mega Metagross and Garchomp check, along with Drapion and a few other physical attackers on his team. I have Stealth Rock, Earthquake, Ice Fang, and Heavy Slam. I have Sheer Force boosted Ice Fang because nothing on his team can one-shot me as it is, even with Z moves. That's a physical attacker, so why run physical attack? Or why run Sturdy? It just didn't make much sense. Whereas Ice Fang plus Sheer Force helps me get off a lot more damage on things like Electros and Garchomp specifically, and it also helps me out in case like I want to make a middle ground play. If he brings in his Togekiss, expecting me to click like Earthquake or something like that, I can click Ice Fang and it still does a decent amount of damage to his Togekiss. So this is the team that I'm going to be bringing against my boy JB Westside. If you guys did enjoy, please make sure to leave a like down below for me. Also, make sure you stick around for the battle tomorrow. The quality is going to skyrocket, guys. You will not believe how amazing it turns out. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.